Hello, scholars. Okay, we're using our vocabulary words, right? And I have these little short demonstrations so you can kind of think about how vocabulary works. So we talked about dissolving, that's where we made our hummingbird food. And then we had diffusion, which was the movements of a substance from higher concentration to lower concentration, trying to reach equilibrium. And if we look here at this, we can see that the 2 drops of red food coloring have definitely reached equilibrium, right? Completely mixed in. It looks like it's a uniform solution right now. But now let's take a look at osmosis. Now, I love osmosis, and it's particularly because I also love gummy bears. Okay, let's take a look. I have 2 gummy bears up here, and I have 2 in the water. Let's go ahead and get those guys out of the water, and let's see what's going on. Let me get some of that water off. These gummy bears I put in about 12 hours ago, and let's take a look at what happened to our gummy bears. First of all, size, right? We can definitely compare that the gummy bears that were in the water got a lot bigger than the gummy bears that were here. We'll also notice that these guys are kind of squishy, but these guys are uber squishy, right? Like squishy, they kind of move around on those water molecules. And we get to see that even though it held its shape, right, held its shape of a bear, what happened? It got full of water. And that's because if we read along in our sheet here, osmosis is the process in which water moves through a membrane. The natural movement of water from the side of the membrane with the higher concentration of water to the side with lower concentration. And again, I like to use that example of sitting in a bathtub or a swimming pool and your fingers get all pruned. That's because the water is moving from the bathtub into your fingers. And of course, we know that we have a membrane there, we have skin. So something is happening, right? Something is happening. And what we find out is that our skin is semi-permeable, or if we like a more scientific term, selectively permeable. So again, I had the gummy bears in water. So we know that this has a very high concentration because it's only water. And then of course, these guys had less water, and we can see that because they're not super squishy, and they also aren't completely in the liquid already. So higher concentration water, lower concentration water. When we mix them together, osmosis says, or the scientific process is, water is going to move through the membrane and try to get to a place of equilibrium. That is super cool. So, and of course, the very good benefit here is I get to eat a gummy bear. Have a good day, scholars.